to the rivers, beside golden sands too. Listen up, Perth, this anthem's for you. All over town, Perth Swan cricket lighting the way. The great game of cricket, we live it every day. It's a battle of will, the smell of the turf and the cheers that still thrill. Grass beneath our feet, we sweat and we grind. The heart of Perth Swan, we're one of a kind. So come, raise your voices, let the anthem ring. We're the pride of Perth Swan, hear the songs we all sing. Perth Swan's on fire, feel the energy soar. When the crowd starts roaring, we're ready for more. The community sports show, home of the PSEA, showing our passions to the world every day. With legend behind us and dreams in our hands, you'll find us united from the bush to the sands. The spirit of Perth, it runs through our veins. In every match played, that's where it remains. Under the hot summer sun, Perth Swan cricket is igniting the flame, rocking the globe with the sound of the game. Perth Swan's on fire, feel the energy soar. When the crowd starts roaring, we're ready for more. The community sports show, the home of the PSEA. Don't hang around, come and join us today.
That must mean it's time. It is, in fact, Friday night. Where else would you be except right here in the studios of the Community Sports Show with me, the man, Noel Knowles. Can I say that about myself? I don't think I can, but I just did. So with me, Noel Knowles Johnston, and this bloke, our special guest of the week, it is Mr. Shaun Burress of Dianella Cricket Club. Welcome, mate.
Thanks, Nolsey. Thanks for having us.
First time in?
First time, mate. Be
Yeah.
gentle. Yep.
Oh, wow. They all say that. I'm contractually obliged to be gentle so that you come back again. Welcome.
Thanks, mate.
Now, we've known each other for at least 10 minutes. For all the viewers out there, would you like to introduce yourself? Tell them who you are and what obviously you're with Dianella, but what your role is there?
Yeah, Dianella, Shaun, I'm the current club president, my second year running. Been at the club since 98, 99, so quite established. Myself, bit of all sorts, bit of nothing, mate. Can't make a run to save myself this year.
Yeah.
Inferior batsman, but like to roll the arm over when I can. If the captains give me a spin here and there.
Sounds like my old playing career, that.
But I just enjoy playing cricket, mate. My boys got me back into it a few years ago, so
Yes.
it's a good club to be around. Recruited really well this year, got a lot of new faces, got some good numbers. Club's going well, so it's a good spot to be at the moment.
And since you answered all 4 of those questions in one, that was me being gentle.
Efficiency, mate.
I know,
Yeah.
efficiency. But you mentioned your sons had a bit of a bumpy week. You said you've had a bumpy week this week. You want to say anything to anyone? They all okay?
No,
Doing okay?
shout out to Cade and Coop. So Cade had a bit of surgery during the week, and Coop's had a bit of time in the ED last night. But
Yeah.
over his self-indulgence at the Lee was a bit of an accident, unfortunately. But hopefully he's recovering well at home.
Yeah, well, best of recovery to you both. And I guess that is, we talk about life. I'm 60 odd. It is a roller coaster. Sometimes they're ups and then sometimes they're downs. And
Plenty of challenges, mate. Makes you enjoy the good times even more, though. So.
well, it definitely does. And speaking of good times are to be had here on the Community Sports Show for the Intersport Slater Gartrell Perswan Cricket Association Review Show. Now, we go through every single grade of every week, every match, every grade. Plus, we've got a few shout-outs, so a big thank you to all the clubs. I put it on our new promo there, the anthem. Thank you to all the club photographers for the work you're doing there. Some entertaining photos and some fun ones as well. And thanks to all the clubs, your club now jumping on board, co-hosting tonight. So a big shout out to all the Dianella folks out there, the Demons, up watching tonight. Say g'day, and I don't know if, actually, here's an incentive. If you're a demon, type demon in the comments, I'll see it, and I'll chuck you. Ooh, I've got a few prizes. We'll see how many people say demon. You can tell me if they're really demons or not.
You might help them how to spell it, mate. Some of the boys down there.
Okay, and on that note, we will soldier on. You can sledge them. I'm not gonna. I've got to come down tomorrow. Before we have a look at all the grades, so just over my shoulder here, I want to give a big shout out to Mark, Mr. Cheese, and Jean Forthrop, coming all the way over from Warwickshire in England for the shortest test, Ashes test in, I think, 100 years, someone was saying.
Oh, it was a crazy couple of days. Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, it's almost Perth one like. I sit there and I thought, well, I've seen that before. But Cheese and Jean, safe travels. They're over in Brisbane. Hope you enjoy yourself over there. Thanks to Rowan for bringing them in. That's part of the reach that we have, and I'm pleased to say over 7,000 followers across the world, and that is our first international cricket club jumper.
It's pretty cool.
It is very cool. So big shout out to all the Bucks at Ulster and Ragley Cricket Club over in the UK. Now, speaking of the UK, the King, he was not amused. There's a royal duck hunter out there at the moment. The royal king himself has said he is not amused, and Darren Chandler of Allenbrook, with a couple of royal ducks to his name, is officially on the RSPCA watch list.
What's a royal duck, Nosey?
First ball of the first innings of the game.
Okay, haven't heard of that before.
Yeah, well, I know you said you're not on Facebook, but yeah, no, we are the source of all knowledge here. And Tyler Huppin, yes, I know you're a demon there. Good to have you online, Tyler. Welcome. I've got to say, last time I filmed, your club had Ryan McCormack and 2, maybe 3 Huppins. Since then, you've lost a Ryan and you've gained a few more Huppins. How many Huppins?
They're a good family, the Huppings.
They are.
We've got
About 5 or 6, I reckon.
We've got Jesse, Zach, Tyler, and then we've got Anthony as well. Then we've got Harley, Fraser, Sage. So what's that? Seven
eight?
maybe? Yeah, it's a few. All doing quite well this year. So yeah,
Yeah, well, maybe
almost a full team between them.
Yeah, well, that's what we were talking about promoting things, though. You know, a photo of them all in their Demons top, perfect. Anyway, we'll see them tomorrow. Good to have you online. It was also good to see online last week. We tracked the Golden Ducks. We don't name the individuals. That's
No naming and shaming.
no name, only the club level, because it's a club award. You know, you die or ride together. But we saw our first Golden Duck on the Match of the Week broadcast a couple of weeks ago, so thanks very much, Bucky. It's only because he's at Middle Swan. I'll pay the drinks penalty tomorrow night. Speaking of penalties, I just want to acknowledge today I put up a picture. You know, our evolution, talking to Shaun before about how we started on the back of a ute with a camera on the phone and a little plug-in to have 2 microphones, to now having a broadcast van. Today, thanks to Chris Varghese and the guys out there at Caversham Cricket Club, tomorrow your match will be the first to debut the official community sports show Joey's Swan Valley Diner scoreboard on screen.
Okay, cool.
Complete with run rate required and things
right?
like. Yeah, I know. So thanks very much, Chris. I appreciate that. I had a couple of practices today. Fingers crossed.
We've had some close games here in one, so it might come in handy tomorrow.
Yeah, well, that's the way it should be. So thanks to that. And also, if you're a potential sponsor out there, we are looking at a big shade device for a second camera. Can't put a camera out in 40-degree heat and hope that it works. So we've got to come up with a solution for that problem. And if we can, then potentially a second camera as well on our broadcast. So we've come a long way, and it's all thanks to the support of you guys out there. And I thank you all as sponsors. Platinum sponsors, ID Athletic, have been a long-time supporter of ours, and Vision Decor just re-signed with us this week. They sponsor the association as well, so thanks very much to the Platinum sponsors. I know your club, you've got some on your shirt. I won't let you, no cash for comment here,
Right.
not with that, but you want to give you've got a big one on the front there. Want to give a shout out to the sponsors collectively for your club?
Oh yeah, look, and I think everyone needs sponsors to survive. It keeps fees lower, and so we've got Liberty, who does finances. They're very good for us. Butler Real Estate, Carl and Emma. So and then we've got Mining Com Solutions. Anything to do with telecommunications can help you out there. Then we've got some smaller ones like Iskia, been really good with our Player of the Week, and Grilled has jumped on board this year, some vouchers. And
No.
no,
Okay. No. I have someone that gives us food,
Fair
so
enough.
we do not.
And so
Joey's Swan Valley Diner.
they're the main ones
yum,
anyway.
Yum, yum,
Appreciate their assistance.
But it's important that we acknowledge that, and clubs this year, for all the photos you give me, just a friendly request. I'm old. Don't make me have to crop out your sponsors on all your pictures. Send me the ones without the sponsors. Put them up on your club page with your sponsors. Don't give them to me, please. I can't put them up. All right, speaking of putting them up, it's almost time to put them up for first grade, because they've only got one game left until they go into one-day mode.
Okay.
And 2 weeks ago, of course, with the Perth test last weekend, everyone had the weekend off. So we're going back in time 2 weeks to day 2 of the first grade, and I'll go first to give you an example of how this plays out.
Sounds good.
So Les Murdy-Mazenod put in on 161 off 73, chasing Forestfield's 205, so they went down there. Carlisle went from none for 42 off 5 to 197 off 80, but still fell short of Swanview with 220 on the board off 62. And then it's been interesting to see, you're a president, your club is all one-day competition.
Yep.
The reintroduction of the points and rewards in the 2 days has really started to show off or show up, I should say, because Swan View proving the point, instead of putting Carlisle back in, put themselves back in for some extra points.
That's worked well, has it?
That is working well, yep. So well done to the association for doing that. SKLP's 210 was nowhere near enough, as the two-day specialists Bayswater went from 1 for 51 off 16 to be 8 for 248 off a very impressive, and they batted longer than both of the international sides put together. 95 overs there by Bayswater. Well done, Johnny Boyd and the guys out there. So I'll let you lead off the batting performances.
Well, it looks like Nicholas Scholl led the way there for Bayswater. Very patient and well-made 87 of 216 balls. 48 for Taylor Tobias. Westmoreton, 34. At number 6, also to go with his 5 for 81. Great all-round game.
Yeah.
Jack Givern, 40 off 107. And Ben Adams, 34 off 91 balls for Les Moody.
Yeah.
Then we had Zach Jones, a very patient 38 of 155, batting at number 8. And Lockie Stevens, 33 for Carlisle.
And that is a testament to the big debate or discussion over the last few days was, is T20 and is one-day cricket killing Test cricket? And,
I mean, there was nothing wrong with that pitch on the weekend, was it? So
no,
I think the evidence would suggest it
shot
probably is.
selection,
Yeah.
you know. And so these guys love their 2 days, and they're showing that they can be masters of it. Well done, everyone there. Not much in terms of bowling performances. Leon Otterbreno with 5 for Swan View. Matty Parnham had 3 as well for Swan View, while James Alexander, Jimmy, and Tyler Lovell, the goalkeeper for Australia, had 3 for 30, both of them for the Hawks of Forestfield. Were there any Goldens?
No, none.
We like it. Oh, yeah, we sort of like it like that. Bayswater lead the first grade on 3 wins, no losses, and 31.48 points. And this is where we start to see that points come into play, because Swan View are on 26 points and SKLP on 25.16, both with 2 wins there. Les Moody sit in 4th based on points. They're ahead of Forestfield and Carlisle. And the last 2-day game for a few weeks gets underway this weekend, and the match of the round I'm going to give to Swan View versus SKLP. That is 2nd versus 3rd there on the ladder, so big match there, and 2 other matches to round it out.
Forestfield v Carlisle and Bayswater at home v Les Moody Mazenod.
Now the good news, my friend, you've survived the first grade, just 12 to go. And still just Tyler, the only one chasing the... that's okay, because I like it like that, because then I
Makes
only
it
have
easy.
to give one and I can take it tomorrow for him. In the 2nd grade, a couple of updates here, because there was some information missing on the last review show, and some surprises as well. SKLP were 9 for 50 off 22, chasing 149. But in fact, they added no more and lost the game in the first, before then putting on a quick fire 8 for 197. Not sure about why you'd do that, but there you go. Allenbrook were 2 for 15, chasing Ascot's 140, and they finished on 10 for 140. A draw. All that cricket for a draw. Someone couldn't go for a second... You know, if you're the side chasing there, you'd have to go, where did we let that slip?
It's like dancing with your sister, isn't it? Don't know if you won or lost there. So.
And moving on. Moving on. Okay, Pratesh Vasani had 56 in SKLP's 2nd dig, while Will Dawson had 49, batting at 9 for University last week. That's one of the updates we weren't aware of. Nathan Willisey had 37 off, and this is the patience, 37 off 134 for Allenbrook, and Riley Watson with 32. I should let you know that if you get a 30 or above,
Mhm.
you'll
Get a
you'll
shout
get a
out.
mention. Yeah, or 3 for with the ball, or 4 if you're a keeper.
Okay.
Who got the golden though?
Looks like University chipped into one there last week or a fortnight ago.
Dun dun dun! Well done, Uni. Love a stat to my Golden Duck Awards. Chris Creme Brulee had 6 for 49 for University. No ducks for him. Gopal Milan Kumar had 4 for 53 for SKLP. And I think that was in week 1. It's a bit hard to tell when they don't update the scores. But never mind. What's the ladder looking like?
Looks like Ascot's on top on 27.47, followed by Ellenbrook just over 16, Caversham just a half a point behind, and University also not too far behind at 13.47, or 4th with 1 win, while SKLP are on 0 wins at the moment.
Yeah, just 5 teams in that competition, so really SKLP still with 2/3 of a season to go. Wouldn't write themselves off yet, but I suspect they're going to watch on eagerly because they've got the bye this week.
Okay.
So they're going to have no influence over their position on the ladder at the moment. Caversham take on Ellenbrook in a 2nd versus 3rd battle there, and University taking on Ascot in the final match there for the 2nd graders. I'm going to shuffle across to you. I'm feeling like I can't think of a superhero that splits himself in half, but that's what I felt like I was doing there. All right, do you want to...
3rd grade. We kick off with Ascot, 126 off 51 overs, lost to SKLP, a big score there, 6 for 279.
Yeah.
Bayswater, 209 off 65, beat University 126 off 54. And Swan View, 7 for 260, another big score, beat Les Moody 9 for 180 in 67 overs.
Yeah, no real big surprises there, although SKLP coming from 5th to get the win over Ascot there is a bit of a surprise there. G'day, Joey. Good to have you with us online there. Big member of the Crusaders crew. In terms of the batting a couple of weeks ago, Greg Smith of Swanview was 58 not out, batting at 9, and he had 2 for 12 the week before, so a good round out effort there. Reece Knowles had 45, Robbie Lee 41, Tyler Jeffries with 34, and Matt Barrett getting the last of the batting mentions with 32. Good to see you there, DC. You gave you a little shout out before and told the world you are on official RSPCA watch. Bowlers?
Luke Busselmaker, 4 for 39. Damien of the Busselmaker, 4 keeper catches, 3 off Luke. I don't know the relations there.
No, I suspect they're brothers.
Siblings, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Good day for the family all round. And Kishan Fakari 4 for 41, following 48 from the week before. So good all round game.
Yeah, and Les Moody Maznod, I'm going to give you the brick bat of the week award. Well, actually, you're sharing it with someone else who will get a mention later. No bowling mention there from Les Moody Maznod. So if you're a bowler and you took a ton, bad luck. No mentions for you. No mentions in the Golden Duck Stakes because there were none. And on the ladder, it's SKLP leading undefeated on 3-0. Swanview and Bayswater in 2nd and 3rd respectively, with Ascot and University battling it out, or Uni and Ascot battling it out for 4th place there, while Les Moody Maznod still to hit the board.
Plenty of time still to go, though.
Still plenty of time to go, and Neil Worsley's online as well, former international test umpire, and well,
Okay.
That's what he tells everyone. Don't you, Wes? Nah, he's a good bloke there. All right, so matches this week?
SKLP playing Uni, Swanview v Ascot, and we've got Les Moody Maznod v Bayswater.
We do indeed, and as we always do, viewers, as I lean in ever so discreetly. That's the one part of the tech I haven't quite mastered, is the discreet arm reach in to scroll up. Trying to get the depth of reading and not be like that. You know, no one needs that. Halloween's been and gone. All right, speaking of been and gone, that is in fact the 2-day wrap. 1st, 2nd and 3rd grade are done. It's time for a quick drinks break here on the Community Sports Show, and it is the Intersport Slater Gartrell Pursewan Cricket Association Review Show, proudly brought to you thanks to Intersport Slater Gartrell, Vision Decor and ID Athletic. We'll be back in just a moment. Join us then. Across the globe, you're here on the Community Sports Show.
Everyone and every sport is welcome to join in the fun, from the large and especially the small. We're here to help them to stand proud and tall. We tell you their stories with all of the glories. We lift up the stars from near and from far. Through Facebook and YouTube and Instagram too, sharing the love of connection, it's just what we do. The Community Sports Show, your home of the people, their tales and their dreams. It's the only place for you and your teams.
Yep, I'm back. It is indeed Friday night, and it is indeed the Intersport Slater Gartrell Pursewan Cricket Association Review Show with me, Noel Knowlesy Johnston, coming to you live here on the Community Sports Show thanks to Vision Decor and ID Athletic, and I'm joined tonight for the second session by Shaun Burress, the president of Dianella Cricket Club. How you going, mate? You holding up?
Good, Marvin. You've been quite gentle on me. It's been a nice intro so far.
Yeah, well, we try. Speaking of nice intros, just a reminder, I mentioned ID Athletic there. Of course, they keep me looking fabulous and can help you and your club build your identity. But just like Vision Decor, they are also a sponsor of the association. and they sponsor the Tuesday T20 competition. And there are currently basically you've got 2 days left. Fridge Paul Lohman called for expressions of interest from clubs, and that competition gets underway on the 9th of December. Tuesday T20. If you haven't already, you need to talk to Fridge and get your team registered this weekend, because they want to get the draw out next week.
We did that last year. It was good. Good fun.
You're going this year?
Yeah, we've nominated another team, so a lot of guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We had a bit of a mix for the top side and a few young guys, so it was actually a good club mix.
Well, Middle Swan, I'm pleased to report, have also nominated. We put in a side last night, so fingers crossed we get in there. Now, speaking of our clubs, as we always do, we should always give a shout out to other clubs around the place. And a few shout outs I've been made aware of. Well, actually, that's not true. Mount Lawley let me know. They tagged us, but others haven't. So don't forget. Can't expect me to read every single club's posts every single day. If I miss something, that's on you, because you haven't tagged us. But Mount Lawley did. And a couple of shout outs here. Nathaniel Weems and Mujaba Zaidi, both with 50 club wickets to their name. Ben Perella chipped in with 50 career wickets. The skipper, Josh Crane, and Angus Watson with 1,500 club runs to their name. You and I probably haven't got that many between us.
I've got a few.
You said you were you didn't say you were a crab bat. Yeah. Any viewers out there know what his real stats are, let me know online. I'll call him out. And Nick Sorello, he has 100 wickets to his name, and a couple of other ones at the bottom there.
I actually played in the flag with Nathaniel Weems a few years ago when he was at Dianella. He's a good fella. Matt Collins of Mundaring playing his 150th game. Chris Harrigan, his 200th game for University. And can I do a shout out for...
Of course.
I've got Joe Commandy playing his 200th game for Dianella tomorrow against Mount Lawley.
In our game?
In D grade.
I was going to say,
our Hamer,
game, I didn't see him listed there. How do you say his surname?
Commandy. I hope that's right.
No, well...
I've known Joe for a long time, so yeah.
Well, I'd like to get surnames right, and that's half the challenge here. But yeah, I've sometimes gone, is it Command, Commandy, Commandy?
Just stick to Joey, it's
yeah,
easier.
Well. Well, speaking of sticking to things, you won't get stuck if you go into Vision Decor for all your curtains, blinds, awnings, and even hybrid floorings. See how smooth that
just rolls off the
it
tongue,
just
doesn't
rolls
it,
off the tongue. We've got Vision Decor blinds in our house, and I've got Vision Decor flooring here in the studio. With summer coming up, reach out to Vision Decor and get a quote, obligation free. There he is, Mr. Cheese. Good to have you online there, Mark. I hope you're in Brisbane and the weather has been gentle to you. So, I was about to say you won't get stuck, because Vision Decor sponsor the one day A grade, and that's where your top side is.
Yep.
Going well so far this year? I mean, overall?
All right. I mean, obviously we made a grand final last year, which was a pretty close game. Massive win, which we'll get to in a second. Our last game, which is squared the ledger for the season, so it's a good platform for the next stretch of games going up to Christmas time. So,
a few changes. Realistically, as the club president, I suspect that you're feeling confident with the group that you have and where they're at as a group.
Yeah, we've got a nucleus. We've got a lot of new additions, and it's been good to have some new faces this year. Like Jake D'Souza's come up and played his first couple of games. My son Cade played the first couple of games, and we almost had another debutant this week, but unfortunately unavailable. Look, it's always hard to replace guys you do lose, but again, we've got the nucleus of a good squad, and hopefully we give it another shake this year.
All right. Well, let's have a look at because it was a good cracking game last year. Let's have a look at the games from a couple of weeks ago. Helena Valley, as you mentioned, went down. They've been in some very strange side at the moment, and see, that's the advantage I have being media. I get to say things like this without getting in trouble, because I've got my media hat on, not my Middle Swan hat on. They're a great group of guys at Helena Valley. I've got a few awards here, Pankaj and Happy, to collect, but if you get a couple of them out cheap early, they can be susceptible.
I'll let you say that, but
Well, that's
we
the
found that
reality.
they do bat pretty deep, but I mean, I think that's like most sides, to be honest. You get a few early wickets, you put some pressure on. I think anyone's susceptible on the day, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Well, I mean, realistically, Pankaj has got an effort of the week from week one because he came in at number 9 or 10 and just got them the win there. So, it can be all around. Well, anyway, we'll have a look at who did well because I'll let you do the batting and your blokes up the top there, Mr. Robertson. Hawks Punjabi had 243 off 38 to beat Yokai and Pilbara 156. Caversham in 20 overs, they were 5 for 98, a bit of a wobble there. If you're chasing a low score, it can be a bit bumpy sometimes. To defeat Scarborough 84 off 31, I think they'll be a bit disappointed
Bit of
with
an off
that.
day for them, I think.
Bit off day. Mount Lawley Inglewood with 189, defeating Coolbinia West Perth 135 to come into the game against your guys this week, also with a win. So it's shaping
I
up
think
as
they've
a
won the
big
last
one.
couple, so it'd be a good game for both of us.
All right, batting.
I think you've missed one game there, mate, just quietly.
Oh
It's the top one.
no! Didn't I mention that? I didn't want you to. Oh, certainly if you were paying attention. Do you mean Helena Valley and their bumpy start with 144 getting defeated by Dianella, who snuck it in 154 and I think 8 balls to go.
It was one of the best regular season wins I was fortunate enough to be part of. So I think Helena Valley.
That's why you
That's
reminded
why,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I
Sorry.
contributed much.
No.
I think they were close to 2 for 100, Helena Valley, chasing 154. So
Okay.
brought the spin combo on and it just changed the game. And then Shah and Tyler finished the job off, and Shah I think finished for Pfeiffer. So it was a really good win.
Yeah,
Important for us.
And they're the ones, and I'll have the same mindset when we get to C grade shortly, because they are the dig deep ones. What was the score? 2 for 100.
I
You
think 2
said,
for 100
roughly,
against last
give or
year's
take?
premiers.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
would have put us 2 and 4, and then to claw it back with 50 runs to defend was a great win.
They are the ones that should, I say should, bring teams and clubs together. Fingers crossed. Now let's have a look at the. And there was a standout, of course, Toby Robertson. I've thanked you online, but thanks for organising everything this week. He had 76 off 62, batting at 6.
He's been in red hot form this year.
Yeah, 6 4s and 4 6s there. Nice to get those. Ross Baker, I heard, I don't know, my sources aren't confirmed, but I've heard Ross Baker of Coolbinia West Perth is departing the club for Eastern Pastures.
Okay.
So if that's correct, Ross, best of luck in the next stage. Verinder Sandhu,
Big loss from him, would be. He's
yeah,
very good,
definitely. He's been a big part of the club for a long time. So that's what I've heard. I'm not completely sure. Verinder Sandhu had 49 for Hawks Punjabi, batting at 8. Sahil Kumar had 48. Ash Brar had 34, while Will Stockdale had a very impressive 33 off 73 at 6 for the Sharks. And I say impressive because that is out of their total of 84.
Held the innings together.
Yeah, sometimes it does happen. Happy Bopperai with 33. I'm going to send your voucher out as requested, Happy. And Fahad Khan with 32. And I'll let you mention the bowlers because you mentioned one of them already.
Shah, I think he come and took 4 for in his second spell. He ended up with 5 for 31 off 8. He's having a great year for us. Shabazz Bangish, 5 for 61. Rolly Matthews, 4 for 38.
Yep.
Nitish Patel, 3 for 10. Dupreti always pops up, 3 for 19. Iqbal Sandhu, 3 for 26. And then we had Harvinder Brar, 3 for 33. And Michael Denham, 3 for 35. Quite a few bags there.
Yeah, a few, and it's good to see. That's what we like to see. Unfortunately, and I say this with a smile, there were 5 Goldens. Mount Lawley Inglewood, courtesy of a run-out. Caversham and Yokai and Pilbara both with 1, while Helena Valley, a couple.
Couple, yeah.
You said that with a smile on your face, didn't you? All right, well, despite all that, Caversham on top, 5-1. Helena Valley and Hawke's Punjabi on 4-2. Your side here in the mix. There's a couple of sides: Scarborough, Dianella, Mount Lawley, Inglewood, all on, as you said, split the season so far, 3-3, battling for fourth.
Yeah, and I think a lot of those teams, like on their good days, they're really good, and then probably that consistency hasn't always been there, like for us anyway. So big game this week.
Well, it is, because when we look at the games, before we get there, Yokine and Coolbinia West Perth, both on one, and Mount Lawley after you as well. But there's a game ahead of you that is Scarborough versus Hawke's Punjabi. Scarborough are fourth, playing third place.
Yep.
Hawke's Punjabi. If Hawke's can get up down there at Bennett Park, and you get up, could be in the four at the end of the weekend. So big game
Fingers
ahead.
crossed. Yep.
All right, and we will be it is the match of the week at Dianella, Light Street there, taking on Mount Lawley Inglewood. Two other matches, Coolbinia West Perth taking on Helena Valley. That's going to be a bumpy one for the Coolby boys there. And Yokine Pilbara up against ladder leaders Caversham are also going to have I see these sort of games as opportunities to test and show your character.
Well, they're a good team, Caversham, so if you can step up, it's a good game to do it, isn't it?
Well, it is. I mean, that's the reality. Any team, and that's the competition this year has been pretty consistent all the way through. There's not a lot of grades that have got a definitive top half, bottom half.
Yeah.
Speaking of grades, let's have a look at B grade. Mundaring 135. They are having a bit of a down trot at the moment. Lost to Caversham 8 for 279 to 135. Midland bounced back there 9 for 181, defeating Hawke's Punjabi 9 for 180. West Coast, well, the new club in the competition, they're having fun.
So they're going very well, aren't they? 189 beat Glen Forest 150, yeah.
Yeah, they've been, and Glen Forest also probably just not having the season they'd like at the moment, but West Coast just consistent at the moment. They had some early standouts, but now they've just settled into the season, I think, and I think they'll be well placed. One other match there, Southern Rossmoyne 193 going down to Brabham, who seem to be, I'm going to say unstoppable, but I'm sure there's going to be a stop in the breaks somewhere along the line. 8 for 231. In terms of the bowling, let's have a go here. Amila Dharma Priya had 78, Jimmy Singh with 51, and Amrit Pal Singh with 50. We'll play tag teams on the lines here.
Rob Coverley, 48. Bailey O'Keefe, an ex-Dianella player actually, now at West Coast,
Yes.
43. Vinod Bandera and Harmanpreet Singh and Abhi Salian all made 35.
Yeah,
Hardeep Dami, 34, and you backed it up with 3 catches for Brabham.
he did indeed. Aman Guman had 34. Glen Forest, I said I was going to mention someone else. Glen Forest, your turn to be brick battered. No batting information there. Jaden Saylor, relatively new player for Midland, so he got a bit of a mention. He had 25 at 11 to get, I'm not going to say to get them a win, but Ash Collard had 15 not out at 10. And when you look at the scoreline there,
It looks like it's a good last partnership to get the win.
they got them the win there, so they deserve those mentions. In terms of the bowlers, Kanwar Gill had 5 for 41. Blake Phelan had 4 for 11 off 2.2. Come in, have a swing
nice.
and a bit of a ding. Jay Hyatt with 4 for 29, and a new name in our rundown here, Lava Mendes, 4 for 53.
And then we had Anu Rafnayaki, 3 for 32. Nathan Porter, 3 for 51. And Zach Richardson took 3 catches for the Coasters.
Yeah, the skipper there standing up, showing how it's done. 3 Goldens, Hawke's Punjabi and Midland with a couple. So, you get 2 Golden Ducks in your team, and then you get number 11, 10 and 11 come out, put on whatever that was, 25, 35.
You can have a good laugh about it when you win like that, though, can't you?
Yeah, they're the ones.
Yes.
They're the moments. Not always received as well by the losing side, but there you go. Brabham, I mentioned undefeated on top there. West Coast 5-1, but they have a better percentage, so still in the hunt there for the lead. Caversham on 4. Hawke's Punjabi and Midland are on 3 and 3, with Southern Rossmoyne 2, Glen Forest and Mundaring sharing the bottom of the ladder.
This week coming up,
Yep.
we've got Caversham v Southern Rossmoyne, Hawke's Punjabi v West Coast, Brabham v Mundaring, and Glen Forest v Midland rounding out the grade.
Yeah, and looking at that, you'd probably have to say Hawke's Punjabi sitting in 4th up against West Coast. A chance for Hawke's Punjabi to make a statement at home.
Match of the round, probably in that regard.
Match of the round, probably, yep. Well, speaking of matches of the round, last week I had a home game, really, to Middle Swan, or 2 weeks ago to Middle Swan, to see them take on the ladder leaders, Bullsbrook. And C grade, well, 2 weeks ago, chaos, calamity and collapse. It was almost a precursor for the test. Caversham with 153 defeating Helena Valley 109. SKLP 140 went down to Carlisle 204 there. Brabham 9 for 232 defeating Forestfield 218 in a high scoring game there. And the match of the round, people go, Knowlesy, how do you pick games? It's just a spidey sense.
Well, anytime you beat the ladder leaders is a good day, isn't it?
It's a spidey sense, and it is when you beat the ladder leaders. I thought these two clubs know each other. There'll be a bit of friendly banter. And it turned out to be one of the games I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, had everything.
Well, Bullsbrook batted first and were contained to 124. Good bowling, as you said, Bashar and the others, and kept them tight. Probably their lowest score of the season.
Okay.
Middle Swan come out to bat. 4 overs later, 4 for 4. 7 for 17.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
And the win, Middle Swan, go you 78s. 7 for 129 from 7 for 17 to defeat the ladder leaders Bullsbrook 124.
Oh, that is impressive.
That was a great one there. And I'm going to smile my way through this segment, but I'll let you lead off with the batting performances there.
Craig Evans, 73. Jeff Parnham at runnerball, 55. Akshay Pandya, 31. Kyle Roach, 63. Joel Shaw, 44 unbeaten. And Brendan Philpott, 31.
Yeah, Floppy in there with 31. And Manpreet Dillon, well, he had 80... I'm going to lean in there. 89 off 83. Ravi Ramgaria with 62. Glenn Downing in the partnership at the tail, or I'll say the tail for Middle Swan there. He was 44 not out. Came in at
Number
9. 10. Came in at 10. Bullsbrook private player, whoever you are, and Nishit Karai had 40 not out. 7 Golden Ducks, Brabham, Forestfield with a couple, Caversham, Helena Valley with a couple, and even amongst the chaos, just the one for Middle Swan.
Well, 4 for 4, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, well, the smiling part is and I say I am part of it, the club brought back 3 players into the side that hadn't played for a while.
Yeah, okay. That was one of them.
3 of them got ducks. But anyway, fellas, we love you. Looking at the all-round performances, Arun Mashire had 7 for 43 off 8 overs for SKLP, including 2 caught and bowls, and then made 7 with the bat. And that performance, well, we were talking off air, we've got an all-stars team, we've got an effort of the week performance, and Arun Mashire with his 7 for 43 and his couple of catches there. He's in the running for the effort of the week. But Brett Reinholdston took 5 for 25 to keep Bullsbrook down. Then came in 7 for 19 and finished on 63 not out. So Brett Reinholdston also in the running there. No surprises about that.
That's a big game.
That's a big game. Raj Cocker had 5 for 28. Mitch Crosby 4 for 21. And he featured in a couple of the video moments of the week. Belvinder Singh 4 for 35. DK Dennis Kirshner 4 for 36. And Samuel Friend 3 for 18. And I'll let you round out the last few.
We had Matt Gray take 3 for 19. Gurman Singh 3 for 22. Jeff Neski 3 for 38. And then we had Munish Shukla take 3 catches for Caversham. Then we go to the ladder.
Yep.
Bullsbrook and Brabham both 5 and 1. Very tight there. 0.5 of a point differences there between 1 and 2. Carlisle on 4 wins, followed by Middle Swan and Caversham were both squaring the ledger at 3-3, and SKLP on 2, and then Helena Valley and Forestfield both with a 1 win.
Yeah, so tight competition there in C grade. Forestfield taking on Caversham, Carlisle taking on Bullsbrook there. Bullsbrook probably keen to make amends for going down, but they're on the road to Oat Street, so it'll be a good test for them. Good test for Carlisle as well. Helena Valley taking on Brabham, and SKLP at home at Maguire taking on Middle Swan in the final of the C grade matches there. As I again shuffle across just to get cosy to this bloke. Look at that. But it is now time for a quick tea break. Go have a refreshment, grab yourself a bit of hydration. We'll do the same here, and we'll be back in just a few minutes' time here on the Intersport Slater Gartrell Perth Swan Cricket Association Review Show, Edition 7, thanks to Vision Decor and ID Athletic. We'll be back in just a moment.
To the rivers beside golden sands too. Listen up, Perth, this anthem's for you. All over town, Perth Swan cricket lighting the way. The great game of cricket, we live it every day.
Sports Show. And discreetly move back as I turn the mics back on. Welcome back, viewers, wherever you are across the globe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or as it is here in Perth, good night to you. I hope you're well wherever you are. This is the Community Sports Show, Intersport Slater Gartrell Perth Swan Cricket Association Review Show, edition number 7. And I am Noel Knowlesy Johnston, as you can see just down there, and I'm joined by this bloke, the president of Dianella Cricket Club, Shaun Burress. And as we get into the second half of the show, I had a Knowlesy moment. Did you catch it?
No, missed it.
Hopefully no one at home saw it either, because I meant to push the Warriors video. You've just seen the Warriors video for the week, thanks to all the photographers and everyone that's in there. But now it's time to recognise our video moment of the week. And this week we had 5 candidates from 4 different clubs. Mitch Crosby, Craig Nichols, Samuel Friend, Brett Reinholdston and Fawad Hussain. All videos were up for you, the public, to vote on, and this is where the Knowlesy happened. You just have to own it sometimes. Just go, I hope no one saw, but I know that you saw. The winner of the video moment of the week for week number 6 is, let's find out. Can you imagine the suspense out there? Well, close of catch, it's over the head. It's over the boundary as well. Wow. Brett Reinholdston will get at least my votes for player of the match here this afternoon. Seven for 123 on the Joey's Swan Valley Diner scoreboard. Cries of bring them all in, make him hit over the top. Well, it's a tough road home from here for Bullsbrook. Not just literally straight up the highway there, they know where they're going. But after having Middle Swan 4 for 4, it's going to be 1 with a 6. Brett Reinholdston brings it home for Middle Swan with a boundary to round it out, and from the jaws of defeat, Middle Swan claim victory over the ladder leaders. I was just about to do the 3, 2, 1 countdown then, but it beat me. Congratulations to Brett Reinholdston of Middle Swan We just mentioned his C grade performance there, and that video. Back-to-back boundaries for the win, if you don't mind, from 7 for 17.
Finish off with a 6. Nice way to win.
Nice way to win. A 4 and a 6. Well done. Taking out the award with 21 votes there, Brett. He has picked up the Joey's Swan Valley Diner voucher, and we'll go into the draw next month for our video moment of the month, which will add a $50 into Sports Slater Gartrell voucher and an extra Joey's Swan Valley Diner voucher there. Speaking of which, I'm looking forward to catching up with Daniel Mason of Belmont. He was our last video month of the winner award. And Dad Dave, I suspect, tried to email me. I missed it today. Sorry, Dave. We'll catch up hopefully next week to get your son the award. All right, well, let's move on because it's time to have a look discreetly as I scroll up into the D grade competition. Dianella getting the win. No, they didn't. Sorry, mate. I'm just trying to lift your spirits there. Dianella going down to Les Murdy Mazenod, 169 to 189. City Beach getting the win over Southern Rossmoyne. Scarborough defeating Darlington, who have gone into a bit of a slump at the moment. Darlington, the competitive, needs to get back into your name there. Well, Coolbinia West Perth, 95 off 33 was not enough, with Mount Lawley Inglewood getting the win at 113.
Batting wise,
Yeah, one of your blokes.
Pat
at the top
Parker
there.
is our first year at the club. One of the young fellas, made his first 50 for the club, finished with 69. Jared Quinn, I think he always makes runs, 59 off 72 balls out of 108 for Darlington. Josh Warden, better than a runner ball, 58 at number 9. Would you like it?
Yep.
The other, Andrew Robertson, we've also got one in
Yes,
our
I
club.
know.
Yeah, at Les Murdy, made 45. Brett Harrison and Neil Patel both made 39. Jeff Lang, 31. And Deepak P.
Yeah, Patel,
30.
Yeah, you do have an Andrew Robertson, and that's why it has LM in
Yes.
brackets behind it. When it's the Dianella one, I go DIA. I didn't have... Well, I did actually have to go DIA this week in the Golden Duck mentions. Every club bar City Beach and Scarborough getting one in the D grade. Nice to see you all sharing it around.
Share the love, yeah.
Jerome Randall Rye had 5 for 16 for Mount Lawley Inglewood. Nazir Sadiq had 4 for 33, and I know that's not how you spell it. I've tried to phoneticize it for the co-hosts because sometimes people go, and sometimes I go, how? Right? So Ash Norton, he had 3 for 19, and a big shout out to Anesh Valley Puram. I know you're a watcher. He had 3 for 20.
Tristan Showers, 3 for 21. He also backed it up with 48 off 80 balls at number 5. Maurice Whittington, 3 for 31. And Zoe Tickner, 3 for 40.
Yeah.
A couple of Dianella boys here. Aryan Sharma, young fella, 3 for 42. And we call him Pops, but Prasanna Ida Wiwira, 3 for 43.
How do you say his surname?
Pops.
Yeah, come on.
Nah.
Because you got Pops and Pop.
You got Pubudu and Prasanna, Pops
Yeah.
and Junior. Eddie Wiwira. I hope that's correct,
Eddie
Pops.
Rewira. That's
Yeah.
how I tried to phoneticize it. So I'll find out tomorrow, will I?
It's one of the best things of cricket. It's very multicultural, so, you know, a couple of Sri Lankan fellas there. So, yeah.
Yeah, just as I was getting my tongue around most of the Indian names, along came Sri Lanka. But I love you all. Matt Butler had 2 stumpings for Mount Lawley Inglewood. It's not bad there. And 7 catches collectively by City Beach to show that catches can win matches. Ladder leaders, City Beach, they're on 5 and 1. Mount Lawley Inglewood, Scarborough, Southern Rossmoyne, Darlington and Les Murdy Mazenod. 5 sides there.
Very tight.
Very, very tight. They're on 3 wins. Your side and Coolbinia not quite 3, got 2.
Not far off the mark, but not quite there at the moment, yeah.
Not quite. But the interesting, look at that stat there.
Percentage-wise, 0.6% from 2nd to 8th. So I think anyone's getting really smashed each week. It's very tight, yeah.
So that again, you know, Coolbinia, West Perth, Dianella, always in the hunt.
Well, funny enough, we're 7th, and one of our only 2 wins was the top team. That's our only loss of the year. So yeah, I think anyone can beat anyone on that day in that grade.
Well, you'll find out this week as you take on Mount Lawley Inglewood down there at Hamer Park. Southern Rossmoyne take on Scarborough. Les Murdy have Coolbinia West Perth and City Beach. Well, Darlington, you've got the trip to the ocean. Will you enjoy the waves or will you get waved off? That's the big question. See, again, you can just be cheeky, old fella, and say things like that. Come on, Darlington, lift your game. I say that with love because they're just up the road and they are good blokes and they're a one team club.
No, we played them in D grade. They are a good bunch of fellas. Yeah.
So E grade, let's have a look there.
Belmont 151 lost to Caversham 9 for 177. Carlisle 128 lost to SKLP, who chased that down in 23 overs, only 4 down. Ellenbrook, very low scoring, tight game, 9 for 136 overs, beat Maylands 97. And Swanview 121, another closest game, fell short to Bradman's 135.
Yeah, some big games there. Maylands, I'm going to call you out. You were proactive with your photos and I love that. And you took a few videos, but you can only celebrate if you win. So get the wins, get the videos, and then you might get the weekly awards. But speaking of awards, Malik Hassan had 75, Tristan Sanique had 67 at 2, and then took 5 for 17 for Caversham. Hayden Crivan had 62. Dave Mason, Daniel's dad, gets a mention in his own right. Dave, well done. You are the better Mason this week. He had 47, and Dylan Self with 43. While Muhammad Akram had 36 for Maylands, and Raj Patel rounding out the batting mentions with 33 not out.
And with the bowling, Jono Rintoul 5 for 23. Association President Paul Fernie 4 for 19. Kush Harani 4 for 23.
You failed to salute. That was Dianella Middle Swan. Love you, Paul.
Vipin Mehta at Brabham 4 for 26. Then we had Satish Insan 3 for 13. Hamed Mubaris 3 for 17. And Daria Fakor, I hope that's pronounced correctly, 3 for 20.
Yeah, well, if it's not, we just go with it anyway. Michael Smith had 3 for 22. Jack O'Reilly, notice I gave myself the easy ones here, viewers. Jack O'Reilly had 3 for 26. The Garlic Muncher, Jaden Garlic, was 3 for 34. And I let the extras slide if they're under 30.
Okay.
Because if you get 30 with the bat, you get a mention. If you bowl 30 sundries or more, you'll get a mention.
Xavier Trash comes in very handy sometimes.
Yeah, it does, definitely. Well, 37 extras by Brabham out of Swanview's 121. Swanview still not able to get the win with the assist there. Andrew Ho, the better Ho at Maylands, and you can only say that in a commentary sense. With 3 catches for Maylands, his brother Will opening up the top order there with a bit of a quacker. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes. And that was the man, Darren Chandler, took his second Royal Duck of the season. Well, it's one of those young kids that I talked about the videos and celebrating, Will.
Oh, okay.
You know, I love your enthusiasm, mate. What your club's doing is great. But where's the footage of him getting his Royal Duck? Oh, God, or not. All right. Caversham, they're leading. They're undefeated in E grade here. 2 games clear of SKLP and Brabham, while Allenbrook and Maylands are battling it out for 4th with 3 wins each. Carlisle and Belmont are on 2, and Swanview, not quite sure what's going on at Swanview up there at the moment. They're yet to get one.
And this week,
Yep.
Cap top v bottom, so good chance of Swanview hopefully to try and break that duck. Caversham, Swanview, Ellenbrook, Carlisle, Belmont, Brabham, and Maylands SKLP.
I tell you what, Swanview, if you can beat Caversham at Caversham, undefeated versus bottom, yet to win a game, I tell you what, Swanview, I'll come up to your training next Thursday night and do a special on your club. There are peasy. Don't say I don't make offers. There's the incentive. Clubs go nosy. What are you saying? There's the challenge, guys. Can you step up? I'll recognise the effort. Oh dear. F grade. It was a tale of two halves. Top versus bottom, really. I said before, not many grades separated.
This one
F
of
grade
those?
is
Yeah, okay.
one of them.
One of the exceptions to the rule.
Yep, Yoko and Pilbara, 85 in 27, lost to the Western Wolves 4 for 88 in 21, made it hard for themselves there. Mount Lawley Inglewood 6 for 75 off 19.5. You needed one more ball there, Mount Lawley Inglewood, to be a legal game. They defeated West Coast 73. Oh, do you want me to do this one?
Well, look, F grade team's full of young fellas, so I know you talk about the divide, but they're having a good crack this year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, couldn't quite get the job done against Ascot. 6-152 and 31 overs to beat our 8 for 149.
But see, the thing is, your side battered the 40 out.
Yeah.
You know, and many a side have not done that this year, so it's a foundation on which you're obviously looking to build.
Oh, there's 6 or 7 kids in that team, and we've actually got a couple of new ones tomorrow who are showing quite promising signs. Hopefully we'll strengthen the batting just a little bit.
Now, one of the names I'll mention in a moment might be one of those. We'll heard his name, or maybe his brother's name, I don't know. We'll find out in a moment. Thanuja Samarasinghe, here we get into the Sri Lankan names. He had 100, then retired. He said, that'll do me, for Southern River. Came in and took 2 for 19 off 4 overs and a catch.
All right for some, nice.
Yeah, not a bad. He obviously retired so he could take a catch. Ruchira Polyuguru, and that one I have had to phoneticise. He had 83 for Southern Rossmoyne. DC, Dave Catania. Well, he's at Ascot now. He's been playing. I umpired him 35 years ago.
I played with him at Swanview back in the 90s.
Yeah. Well, see, back in the old Swanlina days, DC, been around a while. He's at Ascot now, and he's still putting on the runs. 45 not out. He'll be happy but disappointed.
Well, I got him home.
Yeah, he got him home, but he didn't get the half ton. And Kit Patel had 43. Graham Edwards had 42. Now, who is this fella?
Andre, it's my cousin. So he's come down this year, first year at the club. A little bit older than me, but he's also brought his I want to say 16-year-old son Noah. So it's been good to have him down.
Okay. Well, Andre with 40 there, and Abdul Muhammad with 37. No Golden Ducks, so a good effort all round in the F grade there.
We actually missed a game up top there, the first place Brabham, just quickly.
How did we do
I
that?
know.
Well, yeah, all right, let's...
Bit of an upset.
Yeah, all right, should we talk about it?
Possibly.
Yeah, let's do it.
First
spotted
place.
it. You spotted
So
it.
top of the table, Brabham. Only batted 27 overs, so 121. Actually lost to Rossmoyne, who made a big score, 5 for 231. So bit of an upset there.
Thank you for catching me on
No
that.
worries.
Southern Rossmoyne or Brabham. And this is how you know whether clubs watch. Because if I miss some clubs,
No
they'll
comments?
tell me.
Yeah, okay.
You know, so I might have got away with that one, but never mind.
No, it's a good fishing expedition. Just miss one or two intentionally, see who's watching.
Yeah, there are, yeah. I have learnt that skill set too. All right, Ben Perella had 4 for 6 off 6. Muhammad Ali Dudurka with 3 for 9 off 5 for Mount Lawley Inglewood. Now, a new name for me, Damith Batu Wangala, 3 for 11, and Prabsan N. That's how it is written in the Play HQ. He is 3 for 13.
And we had Liam Brooks. Is that a new player? Is it
Yeah,
for West Coast? Or?
Liam Brooks has stepped down to take on the captaincy of West Coast.
Okay.
He's dropped down.
He made 25 at number 3 or 49 balls, and he also followed up with 3 for 34 and 2 catches. Nice all-round game.
Yeah, he stepped down to help out, and I'm just giving acknowledgement, Liam. We might not get to see you on camera again. We only got to see him once. But his commitment to the club rewarded their captain's effort, stepping in for the first week as captain, and I think that deserves recognition. Speaking of recognition, there are 3 teams on 5 wins, 1 loss. Western Wolves, Southern Rossmoyne and Brabham, with Yoko and Pilbara on 4 and 2. That's your top 4. Mount Lawley Inglewood on 2 with Dianella as well. Ascot and West Coast joining you with 1 win. But, again, not that far out of it.
Nah, and plenty of time to still turn around in a big game for them this week.
That's a coach's line, but
Yep.
you know,
I like the cliches, mate.
Yeah.
It's been around too long.
quotes 101.
Yeah.
All right, Southern Rossmoyne, top of the table. Clash take on Western Wolves. West Coast take on Ascot. Brabham have Yokai and Pilbara and your side at home on the second deck.
Yep, Mount Lawley, our top 3 sides have all got Mount Lawley this week, so a bit of a local derby for us round.
Round, round, round she goes. All right, round goes the grades because it's G grade now. Oh, I'll have to talk to my researcher. They haven't highlighted the winners here. Breakdown in the system. University 88 lost to Helena Valley 4 for 90 in 27. Again, those wobbles. You'd think 90, go 1 or 2 down. Sometimes it's 7 or 8. SKLP 141, they lost to the Sharks 7 for 150. Maylands defeated Allenbrook 159 to 4 for 150. Allenbrook there batting out the 40, and Mundaring having the bye. Probably gratefully, I suspect.
Nice 2-week break.
Yep.
Craig Hager, a good all-round game again, 32 and 3 for 28 with a catch and a run out for the Sharks. And Kalpesh Halai, 3 for 25 and 38 with the bat.
Yeah, good all-round efforts there. Both of those in the running for the Perth Swan Cricket Association All-Stars team. Nosy looking at every grade every week. Who's in, who's out? Well, we'll find out in just a few grades' time. Chris Stockdale, he had 62 not out. Jarbanpreet Singh, he had 46. Trevor Higgins had 37 of University's 88. So, you know,
Bit of a one-man show almost.
as well as a wicket and a catch, if you don't mind. Good knock there, Trev. Kushel Pindoria had 33. Abi Chuluvaru is how I'm going to go for that one. He had 32. And I'm going to lean in, viewers, because these need to be in about size 40 font for me. Tirumala Nala Panani. Tirumala Nala Panani. That's
Panini, I'm going.
Panini?
Yep.
That could mean something else in some languages. And Quinn George, he had 31, and you don't want to be saying that, Nosy. Michael Kukaro had 3 for 5, and Gurpreet Bra had 3 for 6 off 5, and 32 not out with the bat. Sean Saunders, 3 for 23. Hiteshla Carney had 3 for 35, and Rakesh Dahl had 3 catches for Helena Valley.
Just one golden duck in this grade in courtesy of Maylands this week. Knowlesy.
Yeah, well, it does happen.
Very tight ladder there too. Helena Valley and Helena Valley both on 4 wins. Rangers with a game in hand. Maylands close by on 3, and then Scarborough Uni Mundaring 2 with SKLP bringing up the rear on 1 win.
Yeah, and the matches this week we see Allenbrook taking on Scarborough. Match of the week probably will be Mundaring versus University. The winner will stay in touch and may even be able to claim 4th there. SKLP against Maylands, while Helena Valley will enjoy the bye this weekend. Alright viewers, that is almost it. We've got a couple of grades to go. We will literally just have a 2-minute break here and be back in just a moment for the final 3 grades. Of course, we've also got to update the Golden Duck tally. We've got to announce the changes to the All-Stars team, and we have to announce the winner of our Effort of the Week award. So plenty more to come on the other side of this break here on the Intersport Slater Gartrell Perth Swan Cricket Association review show. Proudly brought to you thanks to Vision Decor and ID Athletic. You're here on the Community Sports Show.
From the hills to the rivers, beside golden sands too. Listen up, Perth, this anthem's for you. All over town, Perth Swan cricket lighting the way. The great game of cricket, we live it every day. With the hills to our east and sandy shores on our west, Perth Swan cricket is always giving our best. With our heads and our bats both raised up high, over the summer we reach for the sky. Local sports shared from the suburbs we rise, with every single boundary we're showing our eyes. The vibe in the stands makes you glad you're alive. United as one, we strive and we thrive. As each wicket falls, the adrenaline flows. Our legends are leading and everyone knows. The ball's spinning fast as we take on the game. Perth Swan cricket, it's all in the name. With true grit and passion.
Dun, 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 dun. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're here with me, Noel Nosey Johnston, coming to you live from the Community Sports Show studio for the Intersport Slater Gartrell Perth Swan Cricket Association Week 7 edition of the review show with me and this bloke, Shaun Burress. Just one session to go, mate.
Almost
We've had
made
our
it.
last drinks.
Yep.
Stumps is almost on the horizon, but we've got a few things to get through first. Just to mention our platinum sponsors, Vision Decor, for all your curtains, blinds, awnings, and even hybrid floorings, as well as ID Athletic. I don't look this good naturally. It does take 4 hours of preparation, but just 1 second to throw on a piece of ID Athletic apparel. And for all your sporting apparel and promotional club merchandise, ID Athletic can help you and your club build your identity. And I'm not going to ask you, but you should be with ID Athletic. Couple of mentions here. For Bayswater, we mentioned a few for Mount Lawley, Inglewood earlier. Bayswater have snuck in a few mentions here as well. Nick Scholl, we mentioned up there in first grade with his performance. That put him over the 1,500 run mark. Congratulations there, Nick. The man who loves the nickname that he was given a few years ago, still going out there, Matt Rodeo Sadler, with 50th first grade wicket. Well done, Rodeo. And Kerry Panara with his 100th wicket in just 60 games for the club. Oh, pardon me. Well done to everyone involved there. All right, let's have a look at H grade.
Very high scoring round, over 1,400 runs, and it looked like a good day for the visitors this Saturday. Excuse me. Coolbinnia West Perth 156, close game. Lost to Midland 166. Bayswater 6 for 255. Is that right? Lost to Carlisle 4 for 227 and 35. I'm not quite sure about that one.
Yeah, well, anyone watching from Bayswater or Carlisle, I suspect that, Bayswater probably won that, looking at the scores.
Maybe, yeah. It looks like in 35, so maybe that's a bit of a glitch, is there? Maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll punish our researcher.
Glen Forest 147 lost to City Beach. He piled up the runs 6 for 280. And Yokine Pilbara 139 in a close game, lost to Ellenbrook 9 for 144.
Yeah, some good performances as well. Dylan Morgan 162 off 111 balls, batting at 3 for City Beach, 16 fours and 8 sixes, plus 2 for 2 off 1.1 overs.
I don't think he needed 2 for 2, but just put the icing on the
Just
top
put the
there.
icing on the cake. That puts him in the running for the Community Sports Show All-Stars. Jawad Hafiz of Carlisle, the skipper there, he had 117 not out. You know, some big knocks down in the lower grades off 94. 16 and 2 there, while BT, Brian Taylor, was 69. Trevor Hart was 61. And Mal Don with 53.
Alan Turvey just missed out on the 50 with 49. Terry Duncan, he just keeps going, 43 not out. Connor Brown, 43. And Ashu Tiwari, 34.
Yeah, Terry does keep soldiering on. He is the ever-ready bunny of Bayswater. 2 golden ducks, Alan Brook and Midland chipping in with a couple there. Kobe Taylor chipped in with 3 for 15, while Mike Wahala had 3 for 28 and a couple of catches. 3 people with 3 for Midland. James Saunders with 3 for 20. Nate Cohen with 3 for 22. And normally we don't mention Phil's, but some bloke called Phil had 3 for 26 as well. 37 extras bowled by City Beach out of Glen Forest's 147, so just punished them, then gave a few back and said, "Here, let us help you." 36 bowled by Midland out of Coolbinia's 156, so 20% of the score there, really just having an impact on the negative side when you do that. City Beach, Carlisle, Bayswater and Coolbinia, West Perth all equal on 4 wins, 2 losses. Midland in 5th with 3. Yokine Pilbara, Glen Forest with 2, and Ellenbrook with 1.
It's a good ladder, nice and close.
Yep.
This week we've got Ellenbrook v Coolbinia West Perth. We've got a top of the table clash, Carlisle v City Beach. Midland versus Yokine Pilbara, both 3 and 3, big game again, and Bayswater and Glen Forest.
Yeah, some big games there. Top of the table clash, that should be a good one. Carlisle up against City Beach. I grade. Well, a couple of these matches going according to script. Coolbinia West Perth going down 139 to Mount Lawley Inglewood, 8 for 140 with the third last ball there for Mount Lawley Inglewood. Caversham 188 defeating Bayswater 118. City Beach 181, 8 for 181 off the 40 there, lost to Middle Swan. It's our first 2. We've only got 2 teams, and it's the first time they've both won this year.
And both a couple of thrillers, well, looks of it.
Yeah, well, it was literally with a ball to spare. So a great dig deep effort there. Western Wolves dug deep, 9 for 131 to defeat SKLP 118.
Had the skipper Paresh Karai, made it unbeaten 72, opened the batting for SKLP. Saw his whole team fall apart at the other end.
I told you that name or that stat was coming up.
It's an impressive effort. Warren Gandy, 69 of 109 balls. Gavin Franchetto, 45. Damien Harper, 42. AJ Kang, 40. And Jake Lee, 39.
Yeah, Chris Popoff had 36. Darren Franklin, 34. Galal Singh had 33. Harry Mangat with 32. Swarav Gupta with 30 not out of 51, batting at 8 for the Western Wolves, getting the last of the official mentions. Although I saw this bloke at Caversham last night and I said, I'm going to give you a mention. You haven't got 30, but he's a club stalwart, Joey Zammit of Caversham with 28 off 32. His new high score.
Nice.
Well, you've got to recognise it. He said, oh, don't be like that.
That's the best thing about cricket clubs, mate. It's rewarding. Everyone's got little targets, so
Yeah.
good on him.
And the one golden duck, SKLP, chipping in there.
With the bowling, you got Nick Cirillo, 4 for 44. Aaron Robson, 3 for 15. Dipesh Budia, 3 for 17. James Barrow, 3 for 22, lots of threefers. Darren
Yep.
Thompson, 3 for 31, and you're missing a bit of Western Wolves bowling info apparently.
Yeah, just 9 overs in the Play HQ there. So Western Wolves, Dean and team, just fix that up for us, please. 40 extras, SKLP, 24 wides, 3 no balls, and then 13 buys, and lost by 13. So
Quite crucial, really.
cost them. It did officially cost them 33 extras by Bayswater, and then the ladder SKLP on top with Mount Lawley, Inglewood in second, Coolbinia, West Perth, Middle Swan, Western Wolves, and Caversham in the battle for the third and fourth place there. They make the top 6 before City Beach and Bayswater round out the ladder.
And this week we got Coolbinia West Perth v SKLP, which is 1v3. City Beach, Mount Lawley, Inglewood, Western Wolves and Caversham, another big game, both 3 and 3, and Middle Swan and Bayswater rounding out the grade.
Yeah, some good competitions there, and that's what we like. And across the entire Perth Swan Cricket Association, competition is hard and fought hard. And that includes here in J grade, where Belmont, 3 for 119 off 20, beat their near neighbours Ascot, 9 for 116. Forestfield, 172 off 36, lost to Les Murdy Mazenod, 174. Dianella pinning all their hopes on their top grade, because everything below that hasn't quite looked so rosy. But positive. J grade, new team this year, or new grade this year, I should say.
Your new grade, it's a bit of a mix. We've got a few new faces down the club, so we've got a few new faces, probably 4 or 5 in that side. Been great additions to the club, and you know, a few of the stalwarts like Paddo, Lloydie, Jono, so a bit of a good mix. But haven't
Lloydie, Paddo, Jono, you know, all the Aussies.
haven't quite gelled as yet on field, but doing very well cohesively together. Good bunch of fellas.
Bullsbrook, 5 for 85 off 20, defeating Swanview. So as much as I cheekily challenge you, Dave Peace, some challenges up at Swanview as well. 59 off 18. Not sure what's happening up there at Swanview. We saw Jeff Parnham mentioned for Forestfield before. He got a mention for Swanview a few weeks ago. So a few questions there at Swanview to be answered. Dan Hardingham had 59, and I spoke about all the huppings.
So this is the old man Fraser. He made a very well compiled unbeaten 47 off 71 for Dianella, and backed up by the skipper Paddo with 42 at number 4.
Yeah, good work there, guys. Deepak Ragmani had 47, Paul Coulthard 46, Greg Huber 41 not out, and Jimmy Thomas-Alley rounding out the batting mentions and the final batting mentions for this week with 31.
Anytime to take 6 for it's a good effort in a one day. Fred DeLacy, 6 for 20 for Bullsbrook. Manji Vagjani, 5 for 19, and Javalant Pandya, 3 for 45.
Yeah, and a couple of Goldens here. Les Murdy Mazenod, just the one. 4 normal ducks for Swanview, and only 1 score in the teens there. 39 extras bowled by Les Murdy Mazenod. Very generous. 31 wides, 2 no balls, and a few leg byes there. Les Murdy Mazenod undefeated in J grade. They lead Bullsbrook by 1 game. SKLP a third. Forestfield, Belmont, Dianella and Ascot with a couple of wins. So again, the horizon is bright.
No, they've been competitive. Yep.
Yeah, and Swanview with just the 1. Bullsbrook taking on Les Murdy Mazenod in the top of the table clash this week. Ascot v SKLP. Belmont taking on your fellas. It should be.
Down at P Park, yep.
But, I mean, looking at the ladder there, both on 2 wins, opportunity for the guys.
Hopefully pull it together. We've got a few out, but again, a few new faces, so hopefully they can show something.
And Swanview trying at their best to get the win over Forestfield. Well, that is all the grades as we do every week, every grade, all the performances. And now it's time for the ones you don't want us to mention if you've got a golden duck, because there were 28 of them last week.
It's a lot.
It's 1 behind our season high of 29, but it is high. Darlington lost their clean skin status, leaving only Bullsbrook as the only club without a golden duck to their name in the competition so far this season. SKLP have got 13, Caversham 11 and Midland 10. Now, I feel it fair, you're a club president. Golden Ducks are club based. There's some big numbers there, but SKLP, even though they've got 13,
They're a big club though.
they've got 8
Yeah, I was
sides.
going to say, yeah.
So I say pro rata because Midland only has 2 sides. So they're 10 on the divide by team ratio. They're leading on 5.
1.5, big
Yeah.
difference,
Yeah. So C grade had 7 of the 28 to themselves last week. It is almost time to wrap it up. A couple of awards just to mention. Before we do, though, I want to thank you, Shaun.
Thanks for having me, Nosey.
Very much appreciate your time coming in. I know you've had a busy week. You've got a big day tomorrow. And I do appreciate everyone that comes in. So if your club is due to be broadcast, do what this bloke did and step up to the plate and actually come in and represent your club. A big shout out to everyone that got a mention from first grade to J grade. The bowling mentions, the batting mentions, the milestones and things like that. We had Mark Forthrop on there. He's up in Brisbane. He said it's hot. He is from Warwickshire though, so it could mean that it's 22 in Brisbane. I'm not sure. Big shout out to you, Cheese and Jean. Safe travels to you and the Barmy Army. What a great support group they are, the Barmy Army, eh?
I went on Friday, I was fortunate. It was a very good atmosphere. Electric day, yeah. They're a good bunch, like to watch cricket with. They do create atmosphere. And we won, so it's good. You can give them a crowd, yeah.
Yeah. There's many English cricketer playing across the Perth Swan competition that going, oh, but I'm an Aussie now. Yeah, no, you're not, mate. You wanted your Poms to win. All right. It is time to announce. We've announced the video moment of the week earlier tonight. That was won by Brett Reinholdston for his back-to-back boundaries to bring up the win for Middle Swan over ladder leaders Bullsbrook. It is now time to announce the effort of the week winner. They will pick up a $50 Slater voucher, a $20 Joey Swan Valley Diner voucher, and an exclusive ID Athletic Community Sports Show singlet and bucket hat, valued at over $120. This is a prize everyone wants to win every week. And, well, we mentioned it, mate. There can only be one.
It's a fair effort, isn't it?
That is a very fair effort. Brett Reinholdston of Middle Swan came in at 7 for 17, left the field with the win and his bat intact. 7 for 129, a 4, a 6 to finish, 63 not out off 55 balls, batting at 9 and 5 for 25.
Against the top of the table team.
Against the top of the table team. Brett Reinholdston, this is yours. I'll bring it down to the... There is no nepotism. It's not because he's Middle Swan viewers. It's because of his effort. I'll bring that down to the club tomorrow night. All the games we've looked at this week, there have been some great performances. We've seen a 162. We've seen some good tail wags.
Some bags, big bags.
Yeah, big bags. But there's only 3 changes to the Community Sports Show All-Star team this week. Dylan Morgan of City Beach taking on the 3rd place in the team for his 162 not out off 111 balls, and then a 2 for 2. It's always nice to have a bloke that can bat and bowl. And you asked me before, for the viewers at home, what did you ask me?
Not sure.
About the eligibility of the team. How can you get in the team?
Oh, okay.
It is a static...
Oh, sorry, the All-Star team, yes.
Yeah, we did have that.
Yeah,
but I know, we've been talking for hours, so...
I left you in the lurch, yeah. Sorry, Nolsey.
No, all good, mate. Dave Mason on there, appreciate your feedback. Sorry we couldn't catch up. But Brett Reinholdston, a fantastic performance there. He'll join Dylan Morgan as Brett takes on the position number 9. So to answer the question, How do you get in the team? Well, you just need to bat
Make 162.
and beat the performance of the bloke. It's up on our page. It's there. I'll update it now that we've announced who's in there. Beat the person at that position.
That's going to be some hard beating, number 3, going to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, but it's not just the big scores.
So it's not a one-off.
It's not a big score.
Okay.
You know, you could bat at number 3 and make 30 off 200 balls and get the win by staying there.
I like it.
You know, it's called the effort of the week,
Yeah.
not the score of the week. It's not just, we had a bloke the other week take an 8 for Samuel up at Bullsbrook. Great effort, but was it the effort of the week? According to me. And there will be some fluctuation. It is subjective, not entirely statistics. And Josh Warden moves on to the bench. I do have a bench. But in at number 12, because he had 58 off 54. They're down, I think he batted at 9 or 10. So Josh sneaking in as well. Tomorrow we're at your home. You ready for me?
Well, I got my solid 7 last week. I'm not going to be there, so I got dropped. But I'll make sure it's all...
I did notice that. I let it through.
I'll make sure it's all open and ready for you to go, Dave. I think the boys are pumped. Yep.
Yeah, look, I'm pumped as well to get back to Light Street because it is the match of the week. It is Dianella versus Mount Lawley Inglewood live at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. If you want to jump in the broadcast van, I'm looking for T20 commentators or camera operators. I've got a new scoreboard, so I'm going to be nervous. If you want to just come and put the data entry into that, that will take a load off my mind. Underway 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Of course, all of this is only possible thanks to our fantastic sponsors. We talked about being able to do it before. ID Athletic for all your sporting apparel and promotional club merchandise. Vision Decor, summer is around the corner. Curtains, sunblocks, electric blinds, whatever you need, indoor, outdoor, Vision Decor. As well as Slater Gartrell, our sponsors into Sport Slater Gartrell's. Joey's Swan Valley Diner giving us gifts. My grandson's over. He saw all the vouchers. He's gone, he's like, oh. I'm like, no, they're not ours, mate. We give them away. So thanks to Joey's Swan Valley Diner as well as Barner Construction for their support. Into Nathan's Event Hire and, of course, Steve Abbott, all the presidents stepping up this year. Steve Abbott of PFG Plumbing and Gas for their support as the award sponsors for this year. So wherever you are across the globe, and here's a little life lesson. Once upon a time, I did a salute like that on camera.
Does it look a bit funny?
It got caught in the frame at the wrong time. So I'm withdrawing that salute there. So wherever you are across the globe, thanks for joining us. Thanks for your feedback. Thanks for being a part of our community wherever you are. Please take care, stay safe. As always, be nice to yourself. But in these troubled times, remember, be nice to those around you too. On behalf of Shaun Burress, thanks again, mate.
Thanks,
I am Noel Knowlesy Johnston, signing off till tomorrow. Take care, and we'll see you then. As I lean in to mute the mic discreetly. Across the globe, you're here on the Community Sports Show.